Hello, y'all. How's it going? How's it going today? This is Marley and Mez, and we are here with the Anything Show. We are back again, y'all. So, how's everybody been doing?
I've been okay, just relaxing and seeing how everything's going in the world, trying to keep up with news without getting too overwhelmed. Um, it's been okay so far. I mean, there's a lot happening at once, but you can't really do anything except just keep it moving at times.
That is true. That is very true. That's all we can do is take it one day at a time. With the world the way it is, honey, the world is worlding,
Yeah,
but we'll make it through.
yeah.
Anyway, so we have been gone for a little bit, but we are back with another really good topic where we talk about anything on the Anything Show. And what we want to talk about today is the importance of integrity. The importance of integrity, especially with young people and the world the way it is. And seems like desperate times are calling for desperate measures with everything going on in our country here. So we just want to talk about how important it is to keep your integrity, keep your morals, keep yourself balanced in the way that you think and what you do, and using good discernments and everything like that. So what do you think about the importance of integrity?
Well, I mean, it's the only way to go about anything without compromising yourself. So, if you're going to do anything in life, you should at least have some integrity, unless you're not that good of a person and willing to do some questionable things. And that's just not the route that anyone should really want to go down, even when you are in a tough time. That shouldn't even be a last resort. It should just be out of the picture completely. And you're starting to see now a lot of famous people or powerful people, a lot of powerful people starting to step down from things that you wouldn't think they would step down from. So I think a lot of stuff is about to come out about how little integrity a lot of people had when they were trying to get to the places that they are right now.
Yeah, I agree. And it's very important that you said that a lot of people are going to be shown to not be the people that their fans really thought they were.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are looked up to. A lot of people that have crowds of people that look up to them. And, a lot of times in our minds, we think these people are a certain way. We don't know these people from a can of paint. Never met them before. We just know what we see on TV.
Yeah.
And this year, well, kind of starting last year.
Yeah, probably around last year.
Because we know the world changed when, the big C happened. But more like since last year, it's just been an uncovering of so much stuff going on. And this is why integrity is so important, because your reputation precedes you. And when people think you are a certain way and come to find out it's total opposite, it's a real disappointment. It's a real disappointment.
Yeah, especially when some people look up to these people just to find out that these are some of the worst people on the planet.
Right. Oh my gosh.
So,
some of the worst people. And this should also teach young people and older people, because there's a lot of older people out there that are going to concerts and everything, and they don't mind spending thousands of dollars to go to concerts. But this should also teach people to don't put all of your faith in this person that you don't know. Don't run behind these people as if they are the end all be all. And, a lot of people are going to be disappointed to the point where, I'm kind of nervous for some people. People can go crazy when they're presented with information that's total opposite of what they thought it was.
yeah.
So we need to make sure we teach our children to not put their faith in man, because, people will be sadly disappointed. Your reputation is pretty much all you have.
Yeah, That's true. I mean, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, that's it. You can take away someone's money and possessions. All they'll have is their name, which has their reputation attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way to get rid of your reputation. Once it's happened, it's already happened.
Right.
So
Right. What are people going to say about you when you're no longer here?
mhm.
You know, a lot of times we have a habit of, making it seem like it's all good. Oh, they were just such a wonderful person, and
Yeah.
at the funeral, oh, they were such a wonderful person. And they would give you the shirt off their back. And people in the back are looking around like, is this the same person that we're here for the service for, y'all?
Yeah, exactly.
So sometimes you just don't say anything at all. Just let it be and kind of take it as an example of, almost like back in the day, we would take that as an example and take that as a learning lesson. Like, yeah, we know that person wasn't such a good person, but we don't know where they are now. But it's going to make us look at ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
And do right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, teach your children to have faith in the man upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Have faith in his son. And have faith in yourself that you will have enough self-control and enough moral character to, even when you're in a compromising situation, you still say, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Whatever it is that you shouldn't be doing. Because you represent your family also. You do things that are wrong out there. It could embarrass your family too.
Yeah, again.
It reflects on your parents and everything.
Family name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an important thing. So you must have integrity, y'all. Have integrity in everything that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some people whose parents never taught them that or just weren't around. And then they get presented with these opportunities in exchange for money. And a lot more people are willing to take money for compromising their integrity than they let on.
Mm-hmm.
People can say all day that money wouldn't change them, but they get $5,000 and all of a sudden that's the most money some of these people have ever seen in their lifetimes, especially when they're starting out a career.
Mm-hmm.
And going from having nothing to 4 figures in your account can change someone really fast.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And even nowadays, we look at 5,000. Well, at least in my age range, and probably, well, I wouldn't say your age range, but probably you specifically, because you've seen, it's really easy to spend up $5,000.
It is.
Honestly, you can get a $5,000 check. Everybody's about to get their taxes and everything, so we know, $5,000. You trying to pay off bills and pay half of bills, and next thing you know, you have $1,000 left in your pocket. It is easy to spend that kind of money. But if you're a person that has not, really had, and you're in a tough situation, you've grown up, in a household that didn't really have a lot. That's where a lot of these, sometimes these rappers, they get caught up. They've never seen $5,000 in their bank account before. Mm-hmm. And they're willing to do whatever they can to get out of whatever situation they're in because they're hungry. Yeah. I mean, when I say hungry, I don't mean physically hungry, but I mean they're hungry for fame.
Yeah.
They may not have grown up in a household to let them know you can't do everything out there or anything for fame, and then they end up getting caught up in things they shouldn't. Mm-hmm. So yeah, money is the root of all evil. Not money, the love of money. Because there's nothing wrong with having money. I don't want to make it seem like you have to walk around, not have anything and give everything away. You got to have something to live. You got to have a roof over your head and food on your plate. There's nothing wrong with having money. But once you get it, you still have to keep your integrity. Just because you can do anything, you still have to keep your integrity.
Yeah.
That shows a lot of self-control. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's a very important thing to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I've always believed in, having good moral character. It's a very important thing. You want to be in people's lives and give them edification and give them good advice and, give them words of encouragement. And that's hard to do when people see, the life that you live is very important because people are looking at you. And I'm talking, I guess I could say I'm talking to the older folks, my Generation X and baby boomers. You have to live your life a certain way because the younger generations are looking directly at you. So you can't live your life a certain way and expect them to really take you seriously when, you're doing some foul stuff out there and they know, and then you're trying to really just kick knowledge to them. It's like, okay, old timer, you're out there.
I see that a lot.
You're out there doing the most and you're trying to tell me not to.
I watch my generation watch the older generation, and it's kind of sad because sometimes you'll see videos of the old heads talking about like stuff like, well, you never sold a brick. I'm gonna teach you how to sell a brick and stuff like that. And it gets to be too much.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what happened in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But that doesn't mean you should go around teaching your grandkids how to, do all that.
Get in some illegal activities.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. You don't have to go out there doing those illegal. Is it that desperate?
Yeah.
Is anything worth walking around looking behind your shoulders? Is it that desperate? Mm-hmm. No. Nothing. You're never that desperate to put yourself in a situation where I couldn't imagine just walking around every day having to look over my shoulder. I got all this money, but I did it through illegal means, and now I got to walk around looking over my shoulder. Mm-hmm. I can't even live life and spend the money I want the way I want to.
Nope.
Hey, let me go check into this resort, and I'm just looking over my shoulder, making sure somebody's not running up on me.
Exactly.
So
it's not a life you want to live.
No. Just like we were talking about this earlier today. I would rather live in a cardboard box, y'all, and have a little change in my pocket than live in a big old mansion and just know I have done some compromising things to get there. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess I'm just more of a spiritual person. I just, when we think people don't see us, we know who's really looking at us and sees everything we do. We really should live our lives honestly as if we really should live our lives as if everybody sees what we're doing. And everybody has an inner voice to let them know whether they should do something or not. Everybody has an inner voice. Yeah. It's just some people listen to it and some people don't. And some people don't listen to it, make that mistake, and they learn from that mistake because they do pay attention to that inner voice later on when it comes back up. But some people just live their life roughshod. They're not listening to that inner voice. They have blocked that inner voice and they just don't care.
Yeah.
And those are the people that we're seeing, these celebrities. Even if they're not celebrities, there's people in regular households who their business is just being put on blast.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like I mentioned in the last show, the two people that, that passed in that airplane in Georgia, the man, his business is coming out. And it's sad because with the way they were acting, now they're, even if the wife had nothing to do with it, they're still looking at her like, oh, there's no way you didn't know. So he represents her because he was the man of the house doing some nefarious stuff.
Yeah.
So even after you pass on, your business is still going to come out. Mm-hmm. That's a sad way to be known, to have that.
It's unfortunate.
It is. Because once you go, you can't change it.
You did it to yourself at the same time. Mm-hmm. So who do you really have to blame?
Yeah. I forget who said that. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like congratulations, you played yourself. Once you have passed, you can't come back and change anything.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? That's just
can't do anything about it.
You pass on and then your dirt comes out. You can't come out and explain anything. That's just what you're known as.
Yep.
As long as the dirt is true. Because you don't want to see, like, we've seen some celebrities pass away, and then we've seen other celebrities come out and just throw dirt on their name, and everybody's looking like, okay, we really don't believe this. Now, you don't want to throw dirt on people's names when they've passed and you know the dirt is not true.
Yeah, I think one of the worst cases of that was Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they tried to get rid of him
again. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, they
That was
just
not.
tried to sully his name some more.
Yeah.
And you know, we already know the business was out there. A lot of us loved Michael Jackson. I didn't know the man personally. Um, it was just so much going on. I don't know if I even believe those allegations about him.
Yeah.
The allegations were out and we saw that it seemed kind of janky.
It was
But then to-
extremely janky.
Right.
Like there was just stuff coming out left and right from random sources, and
Right. But then to bring it up again
yeah, bring it up again.
was like, okay, y'all are just doing too much. Now you're bringing it up again.
Yeah.
He is not here to defend himself. Okay, we'll leave it alone because we know it's already out there. Either believe the allegations or not. We don't need to drag it up again.
Yeah.
But when you're a person that imagine nobody knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pass on, and then the tapes show up
Yep.
and the videotapes and everything, and
Mhm.
videotapes taken when there wasn't any AI out. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's not good.
It's not good at all.
That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So live your life as if everybody can see you.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of cover yourself. Live your life as if you know the life you live will determine where you go when you pass on.
Yeah. Because it does.
It really does.
Yeah.
I want to see the pearly gates.
Yeah. You don't want to. You don't even want to have to worry about it. But that's, I mean, not worrying about it is something that everyone's trying to do.
Right.
So
you really should think about it every day.
you
And
really
that's not to
should.
put fear. Actually, you're supposed to have a certain amount of fear. You're
Mhm.
supposed to have a certain amount of fear of the Heavenly Father. You're supposed to have a certain amount of fear, just like you have a certain amount of fear for your parents,
Mhm.
that you don't want to disappoint them. You have that kind of fear, like when your mother says, wait till your father gets home, and you just sitting in the room shaking the whole time. And then when you hear that car come up the driveway, you're kind of
Yeah.
nervous. That's the kind of
Yeah.
fear you're supposed to have because it keeps you in check. It really does. It keeps you in check. You're supposed to have that kind of fear of your Heavenly Father because everybody prays to him when they need something, and everybody prays to him when they are
Yeah.
lacking.
When the plane gets
You
a little
know?
turbulent.
Yeah, when that
Everyone.
turbulence hits in that plane and everybody, oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Keep that same relationship with him and ask him to please correct you in your ways every day so you can do good.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, our spirits are energy, and when we go, energy don't die.
I think that's the
It's got to go somewhere.
the second most place you'll ever see people praying is on the plane
Mhm.
when the turbulence hits, because everyone you start hearing wallahis and
Yeah.
hallelujahs and
Yes. Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
So
Because
everyone starts praying.
you're in that tube up in the sky, and
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
not a thing you can do. It's not a thing you can do. I
Mhm.
actually saw this thing on TikTok. It was speaking of turbulence. I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but they had this thing called I think it's called the Jello theory. Have you seen that?
I've never heard of that.
It's kind of like a theory that the plane is up in the air and it has four forces, back and forward, up and down, with down being the weight, and I think forward being the thrust.
Mhm.
I think backward being where it kind of slows the plane down. But when you're in turbulence, imagine the plane being in jello. Like it's not going to go anywhere because it's stuck in suspension, kind of, I guess you would say. It's moving, but it's stuck in a certain suspension where when you hit turbulence, it's not going to go anywhere. I think they call it the jello theory. But not everybody knows that. So that's why you're getting the,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
getting the hollering and the hooting, the hollering and the praying and the gospel and everything going on.
Mhm.
But yeah, nothing wrong with praying before you get on a plane. Nothing wrong with praying every day.
Yeah.
Pray every day, y'all. Pray.
I've never actually heard of that before, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really online
Yeah.
too much.
That's my
Okay.
fault. TikTok is like a guilty pleasure.
When I went to I tell you I went to IHOP
What
the other
happened?
day with I went to IHOP.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me about all this stuff that was happening on TikTok, and I was like, I felt old. I felt kind of old. I was like, I don't know what any of that means.
Oh, wow.
And he was showing me, and I was just like,
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot you're not online like that." He
Yeah.
started calling me Unc.
Oh,
So-
wow.
So
I'm more online than you are.
yeah,
Isn't that something?
that's weird.
But I use it more for it's a guilty pleasure because sometimes there's some stuff on there and there's some drama and you kind of oh my God, what's that? It's like a it's like a it's like a fire, is going on. It's tragic, but you can't look away,
Yeah.
And then I get kind of stuck on that for maybe 15 minutes. But most of the time when I go on there, I use it for updated news that you won't news that you won't hear mainstream news. You're not going to hear it on there. Stuff that, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that happened. And then you look for it on the news, it's not there.
Yeah.
So TikTok is good for some things. X is good for some things when you want to see things going on in the world that they're not going to put on, your CNNs and your Fox Newses.
Yeah.
So that's what I like it for.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of being nosy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being nosy when you want to know what's going on in the world.
I mean, every few days I'll go on
Mhm.
I'll go on there and just look at the trending and see what the news is, and then, but like 30 seconds later, I'm just doing something else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just not really that online in general. So
Yeah. I want to know what's going on. Because speaking of planes,
87. Is that
Y'all.
what she said?
I saw somebody say something about it's been 87 planes in the last 60 days has either gone down or had some kind of emergency. And matter of fact, yesterday was the one that I found out on TikTok that I didn't see on the news
Oh, really?
until later on that evening. It was the one that had a threat of an explosion, and they had to divert the flight from. I think the flight was with American from New York to New Delhi, and it was a threat, and they had to escort it and reroute it to Rome. Everybody was fine. I guess it's going to be just trains and automobiles. We're going to skip the planes,
Yeah.
just trains and automobiles.
I'll just start walking.
Yeah,
Walk to
I'm finna walk up to New York, y'all.
you can walk
Get my
to New York.
backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just trains, y'all. The people that handle the trains, just please do a good job with those,
Yeah.
because we still want to travel. I don't know about
The Amtrak, I feel like the Amtrak
going over
needs
the water, but
The Amtrak needs to get a lot better before more people start using it.
yeah,
It's got a long way to go.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, just the tickets are extremely expensive for what you're getting.
mhm,
And then what you're getting is not that good.
yeah.
I mean, you got to share bathrooms, and it's just
mhm,
not. Yeah, they need to make it a lot better before
Yeah,
I would personally consider using it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't come down on the price or make it even more, because they're gonna make money.
Maybe.
You know how it is when things happen and then you go to the gas station and they jack up the price of the water.
Yeah.
People desperately need water, but they jack up the price because they know people desperately need water.
I could drive twice
Yeah.
as fast as a train for
True.
a tenth of the price to get to where I'm going.
True. Just be careful on the roads, because that means everybody's going to be on the roads now. Like when these
Yeah, that's
holidays
true.
come up, nobody's going to want to, they're not going to want to fly. Everybody's going to be on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And stop using autopilot. Just drive
Yeah.
regularly.
I'm going to be on Zoom.
Mm.
I'll see you on Zoom. I can't be there.
Mm.
I'll be there on Zoom
Yeah.
because,
Yeah, we went all the way off topic.
yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. We always go, this is an anything show.
Oh,
We
yeah.
talk about anything.
Oops.
But yeah, we all know about integrity. We all know we should do right. We really do.
Yeah.
We know we should.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a given. Teach your children. And you yourself as a parent have integrity. Don't be out here doing anything and then tell your children to do right and you're not doing right, because they're looking at you.
Yeah. That's
Children,
true.
they look at their parents. Even into adulthood, your children look at you. They're not children anymore. They're adults. Your sons and your daughters, they're looking to see what you're doing. We know when they're little and they're toddlers, they see what you're doing because they emulate everything you do. They soak it up like a sponge because they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
But as they become adults, they can reflect back to, they've seen you do things and you try to tell them, and sometimes they'll bring it up.
Yeah.
So We know we have a lot of young parents out there, very young. Sometimes they're almost growing up with their children because they're so young. But it does not mean you should not still take on the maturity you need.
Yeah.
Sometimes age is not an excuse.
Yeah.
Being
sometimes
19
it's
is,
just not.
being 19 is not an excuse. 19-year-old knows better. Even 15-year-old knows better.
Yeah.
This is a different age. Like back in ancient days, 15 was like, dang near
40.
They look at you like an adult. Like, you know better. Then
Yeah.
get the stones.
Go get the stones.
Can't do that nowadays, of course. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I'm not saying that you can't do it legally. I would, but no, you can't do that.
You just can't.
No, but we still need to let our young teenagers know that you are 15, but you do know better, because 15-year-olds hear that little voice telling them not to do something.
Yeah.
And that little voice that tells them to do something they shouldn't do. Because we really do have a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. You are going to have influence, good and bad.
Yeah.
Choose good. And if you choose bad, learn from that mistake and continue to choose good. Yeah. Continue to choose good.
It's literally all you have, so you might as well.
Yeah. Also in the way you treat people.
Yeah.
That's your integrity too.
Yeah.
Treat people right.
Mm-hmm.
Treat people like you want to be treated. Treat people with kindness and respect. And sometimes even when they cross you, you say a little prayer for them. And sometimes you might have to just get away from people, unfortunately. Sometimes you have to weigh your relationships and evaluate your relationships. That also helps with your integrity too. You have to evaluate your relationships, because that'll let you know whether is this somebody that I need to be around? Does this person add to my spiritual health to make it better? Or is this person kind of draining me?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of us feel obligated, to family members and friends. I can understand if you're a young teenager, you're going through things, you can't move out the house. You kind of just deal, pray on it, deal. But once you become an adult, you have to judge people's character. That's also part of your integrity, because if you know somebody in your life is doing wrong, we're supposed to, admonish each other daily. You know somebody is doing wrong, somebody that's a close family member or a friend, and they expect you to validate their wrongness by agreeing with them. Sometimes you got to just, I can't go along with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I have integrity. So I have to just let you know. And that person might get upset.
They might, yeah.
Most likely they'll get upset.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny sometimes, because how you get upset because you're doing wrong.
Right.
It doesn't even make any sense. Makes no sense.
But let them get mad. Actually, that's blood off of your hands, because you let them know. And if they want to continue to do wrong, well, brother, sister, I'm gonna have to step away, because I can't get down like that. I can't just go along with it. So, I love you and everything, but I can't
do that.
I can't be part parcel to that. I'm gonna have to let it go. Yeah. And sometimes you got to completely step away. I've had to completely step away from family members before, and it's a hurting thing. But then once you've stepped away, after a while, if you find yourself having loads and loads of peace, yeah, that was probably a good thing that you stepped away from that person, because obviously that person may have been just a black hole of negativity, a dark cloud. You just don't want to be around that, because that will rub off on you.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you just have to do your own thing.
Yeah.
So.
Nothing wrong with being a loner.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
As long as you're still keeping your integrity.
That's right.
On your own.
Loners tend to not be understood sometimes.
Yeah.
They're not understood. Sometimes loners, and we're still on the topic of integrity, because if you find a lot of people around you are not doing right, it doesn't mean you're judging them and say, I just don't want to be around anybody because I think I'm better than them. So I'm just going to stay by myself. Sometimes loners just like peace.
Yeah.
Loners have a tendency to be prejudged and people think, oh, they think they're too good to hang around people. That's not true. Sometimes you hang around people and then your energy gets a little drained and then you just need some time to yourself. So you just want to be alone. Nothing wrong with being a sometimes introvert.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain situations where you have to tell yourself that you are better because the people that are trying to get you to hang out with them aren't doing right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's completely different than just thinking you're better than everybody.
Right. You're better than that situation.
Yeah, you're better than that situation.
Right. Right. Nobody's better than anybody else, but we are better than some situations that we see people put themselves in, So I hope all the young people out there are listening, listening to these words. There's some words of wisdom that we're just trying to put out there. And to older people too, because we're not above reproach. There's things sometimes that Mez and his brother say, and I'm like, you know what? I never looked at it like that. There can be words of wisdom from younger people that us as older people, we need to take heed to sometimes. Because sometimes we can get so wrapped up in ourselves. You don't want to be one of those, like, well, I'm older than you and I know. Sometimes we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't know. And we need somebody younger to kind of bring us back down. There's nothing wrong with admitting when you are wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows a certain level of maturity.
Yeah, it does.
And don't be prideful. When you don't want to hear what anybody else has to say, that's a lot of pride.
Yeah.
That's pride. And sometimes it could be pride before the fall. And once you fall, you can't fall off the floor. I've seen a lot of situations like that, family, friends. They didn't want to listen. And next thing you know, they're in a predicament where they're on the floor and can't fall off the floor. So sometimes messages are brought to us sometimes messages of wisdom. We might not hear it when it comes directly to us because we have that pride that kind of blocks that message. So then the Father says, well, this person doesn't want to hear what I have to say. So let me send this person over here to let them know. Mm-hmm. Because this person is more in tune and more willing to listen to reason. So let me send this person over there.
Yeah.
To tell this person, Mm-hmm. So sometimes people listen. How did I word this? Sometimes people should take heed to what they need to hear and not what they want to hear. Sometimes it's about what you need to hear and not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Because when people listen to what they want to hear, they're often looking for something to validate their bad behavior.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is the way it is, y'all. That is the way it is.
Yeah.
So it's still chilly here in the South.
It is.
Still chilly. I think it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow.
Warming up.
Yeah. I think one of these days like almost 70.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no sense, but it is what it is.
I'm looking forward to kind of getting out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like, oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm a little tired. But it's nothing. I know we keep talking about Thailand and Bali, but it's nothing like over there where you could just walk out your front door and just get to walking down the street and you get a good sweat in, which is like exercise itself.
Yeah.
It's different here when it's cold. You got to go jump in the car. And first of all, there's not all that infrastructure where you can just go walking.
Yeah, you can't.
Some neighborhoods don't have sidewalks.
Mm-hmm. This neighborhood does not have sidewalks.
Not a sidewalk in sight.
And then right outside of it's no sidewalks.
Nope.
So what are you going to do?
Nope. And there's lots of cars.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no choice but to go to your local park.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, which is okay, but it would be nice to have that immediate access of walking right out your house.
Yeah.
So, and then even with the bike lanes, my gosh, they only give you like 5 inches of bike lane. Like, what is that?
Yeah, what happens if you fall?
Oh man, there's
That's
been
it.
plenty of cases of bikers, being hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And plus, you can't have that. You can't be as spontaneous here.
Mm-mm. You
Over
got a
there,
plan.
you can just walk around and find some lunch, and then find something to do,
Right.
and then come back home like 10 hours later.
Exactly. You could be out all day long and only have spent $40.
Yeah, $40.
Here, if you're out for 10 hours, you better believe you done spent about 200.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, here you have to plan. You have to plan in the States. Well, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's some states and some neighborhoods where it's very accessible. I would imagine places like Florida, and I haven't been to Florida a whole lot, but I could almost in my mind imagine Florida. You can just walk out of some places that you live and just go walk down the sidewalk in your neighborhood. And,
Probably could.
Mm-hmm. So if there's any people that live in Florida, please comment below and let us know what your neighborhood is like. Yes. Do I have it wrong, or you don't necessarily have to be in Florida. You can live in any state or anywhere in the world.
There's nice parts of Pennsylvania that are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Real walkable.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's where a lot of the famous architects, they were based in not California, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's one area, I forgot the name, but a lot of them were based there in the beginning of their careers.
Very interesting.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So. Very interesting. Yep. So we did say that, is there anything in the news? I wanted to talk about something I forgot.
Was it Kendrick Lamar?
I did want to say something about that, but it was something else that was in the news, but it might have been the planes. It might have just been the planes that I was talking about. Just everybody be careful. I'm not going to tell anybody to not get on the plane. If you feel like you have to do it or you have to go, just say a prayer for protection. But there's a lot going on with that. But you decide. But yeah, that Kendrick Lamar, I know that was some days. That was almost 2 weeks ago, I want to say.
Yeah.
But I thought it was very good. It had a really good message to it. Some people got it, some people didn't. If you didn't get it, ask your Black friend. Mm-hmm. They'll let you know.
Well, certain ones.
Yeah, they'll let you know. Yeah. But yeah, there's a message to it. Some people didn't like it because they didn't get it, but it's not always about not liking something because you don't get it. You have to have an open mind.
I think I like Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite part.
Yeah. Some people were saying they wondered if Uncle Sam was really more Uncle Tom because he kept trying to get him to don't do too much now. Don't go out there acting too ghetto. Keep it tight. Keep it right. Just don't do the most.
Or if they were just calling him Sam because that's his name.
Exactly. Because if you go in there and say Uncle Tom, that's a bit much. People probably be kind of offended if you go out there and say that.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, it was a good message behind it. It was a lot. It was very patriotic. It showed that our community is one of the most patriotic, if not the most patriotic. Keep it real. We know about J6. Just saying. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah.
We've never done that. We've always had this place's back, even when this place didn't have our back. We're trustworthy to a fault, trusting to a fault, loving to a fault. And I think it's just through divine intervention that we're kind of, resting and sitting back and giving everybody else opportunity to do what they have to do for their communities, which is very important. It's important to stand up on your own. Mm-hmm. Nobody is obligated to go save anybody else. And no one is obligated to put their family and their well-being on the back burner for anybody else. Especially if there's ever been a little disrespect from said person or people who need help. So this is 2025. This is a different year. This is a year where like I said, people's true colors are showing. No matter if you're an individual or if you're a group, true colors are showing.
Mm-hmm.
How are people ever going to learn to stand up for themselves if they're always having other people stand up for them? We teach that to our children. We teach that to our children, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To stand up on your own too. Eventually, some people have to fly the nest and learn how to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
And some people need a break.
That is true.
So, with those with ears, let them hear what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure everybody understands what I'm saying, because when people don't get their own way, they all of a sudden understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
So this is that time. This is that time to kick back. And it's nice to see people sit back and take care of their families and finally take a break and be able to tend to themselves. And I know there's a lot of people out there having a hard time. There's people out there trying to pay their bills, trying to feed their children, trying to maintain their sanity in the world that we live in. But let's also remember there's a lot of situations that happen out there that determines what kind of person that you were in your life. We all want blessings. We all would love to have blessings. But what have you done in your life to deserve those blessings? What kind of mindset have you had to deserve those blessings? Nobody deserves blessings just because.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody deserves blessings just because they feel that they're special.
Yeah, just for fun.
Just for fun. This is 2025. Blessings are different now. What's up is down and what's down is up.
Yeah.
What's first is last and what's last is first. Your character is going to determine your blessings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different world we live in, and I'm here for it.
Yes,
I am.
It's interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So be good people. Keep your integrity. Treat people how you want to be treated. You have any words you want to put in there with it?
Pretty much just say what you have to say, even if you have to kind of skirt around it. Not skirt around it, but if you have to obstruct it a little bit, like the Super Bowl. You gotta put your message out there, no matter what. So everyone has a message. It's not like nobody's just living for no reason. So you might as well just tell it in some way.
Right.
And sometimes it's more fun that way too. I think it's pretty fun to be able to say what you have to say during a Super Bowl and not really have upper management look at you funny because they don't really know what's going on.
Right. They're thinking it's just entertainment.
Yeah.
If anybody looked at that as if it was just entertainment.
Those are the people that are saying it was bad.
Yeah.
So.
Some people were just entertained by it. Some people were offended by it. That means the message wasn't for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get mad. The message just wasn't for you.
Yeah.
And there's no comparison. There's really no comparison to say, what if it was all white? We've seen all white. Let's not act like I forgot. We come on,
like
y'all.
Every day.
Yeah, come on, y'all. We have seen plenty of Super Bowl halftime shows that was all paper. We've seen it. Come on, y'all. Let's not play games.
Yeah.
And in reality, there was that show In Living Color. Oh, you don't remember that show because it's
I do.
Oh, you do? Are you seeing some shows?
Yeah.
They actually helped to start the halftime show. They actually helped to start the halftime show. Shout out to the Wayans. Yeah, they did.
I did not know that.
So let's give credit where credit is due. We are some very good entertainers. I mean, let's not act like we're not Let's not act like Black people are not good entertainers. everybody, y'all loved us dancing a jig. We know how to entertain. Don't act like you don't like the entertainment. Now, all of a sudden, you don't like the entertainment. Y'all
Yeah, 'cause
have
now we have
always liked the entertainment.
And now we have control over the entertainment.
Yeah.
So
Let's not act like y'all ain't always loved the entertainment that we gave. Now you don't like it? I wonder why. Let's not act brand new, y'all.
yeah.
But yeah, if you enjoyed it and you saw the message behind it, then yeah, you had the ears to hear and the eyes to see.
Yes.
Nowadays, you got to really pay attention. If it's meant for you, you're going to get it. It is kind of fun when you go ahead and let your people know.
Yeah.
We did that back in the day with the humming. We were working out there on the field and we would hum our song and everything. And yeah, we were giving a message.
Yeah.
Everybody don't need to know everything. Everybody doesn't need to know everything. There's some people out there that got to be all up in your business. They got to know everything you're doing. But sometimes you just got to put it in a certain message because, yeah, it is what it is.
Yep.
But it was a good show. Shout out once again to Kendrick Lamar and whoever put that choreography together. That was good. I'm not gonna lie.
That was good.
I was entertained at the same time. I got the message and I was entertained, but I was not offended. It was very good. I don't think there's any halftime show I've ever been offended at.
No.
I've never been offended at a halftime show. It's a halftime show. Y'all supposed to like football. Don't get mad. If you don't want to watch it, use it as a break to go make a sandwich.
Yeah. Make yourself a sandwich.
Use it as a restroom break. Yeah. Run to the store, get some more wangs.
Yeah. It's not that serious.
Yeah, it ain't that bad. You'll be all right. So.
But that's pretty much all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm good. So I'm glad we had a chance to talk to y'all, older folks and younger folks. Keep your integrity. Be blessed. Stay prayed up. Pay attention. Get the message. And yeah, we gonna get through this, y'all. It might be kind of difficult, but also check your character and check the way that you treat other people. And keep it real, because blessings ain't just gonna come knock on your door. You gotta work for your blessings. So be good people and keep your integrity.
Yeah.
So until next time, y'all.
This is the Anything Show.
All right. Be blessed.
Yes.